Chapter 36, Revelations and Rejections. Marcus arrived at Presley Gunn's Monday morning with mixed feelings about the previous day's events in Valdres. The meeting with the king had been encouraging, but Celestine's impossible task weighed heavily on his mind. Creating a mind protection device in 10 days while preparing for siege warfare seemed beyond even his dual-world capabilities. The atmosphere at work felt different immediately. Conversations stopped when Marcus entered, and several co-workers avoided making eye contact. Something had changed over the weekend, and Marcus felt a familiar dread settling in his stomach. Mr. Presley emerged from his office with a grim expression that confirmed Marcus's fears.
Marcus the First, need to see you immediately. Bring your personal belongings.
Marcus's heart sank. This was clearly not going to be a routine performance review. He gathered his few items from his workstation while other employees watched with obvious discomfort. In the office, Mr. Presley sat behind his desk with a folder open in front of him. Alex stood to one side with an expression of smug satisfaction that made Marcus want to hit something.
Marcus Alex has brought some concerning information to my attention. Information about your background that you failed to disclose during your hiring process.
What kind of information?
Alex stepped forward with obvious relish.
I did some research into why someone with your apparent intelligence dropped out of college so suddenly. Turns out the university had some interesting concerns about your online activities.
Marcus felt his world collapsing. The bomb-making research from his first year. The searches that had led to his voluntary withdrawal from school to avoid investigation.
The university's security department flagged multiple searches for explosive materials, chemical formulations, and detonation mechanisms. All from your student account traced directly to your dormitory network.
Mr. Presley looked at Marcus with disappointment and suspicion.
Is this true? Were you researching bomb-making while enrolled as a student?
Marcus struggled to find an explanation that wouldn't sound insane.
The searches were for educational purposes. I was interested in chemistry and engineering applications.
Educational purposes that required researching how to create improvised explosive devices? That's what the security report specifically mentions.
Alex also discovered that your departure from the university wasn't voluntary academic withdrawal. You were strongly encouraged to leave to avoid formal investigation.
Marcus felt trapped. Every explanation he could offer would either sound like lies or lead to questions he couldn't answer without revealing his dual-world existence.
Mr. Presley, I understand how this looks, but I've never posed a threat to anyone. My work here has been professional, and I've followed all safety protocols.
That's not the point, Marcus. You concealed information that directly relates to security concerns in a weapons facility. We have federal licensing requirements that prohibit employing individuals with certain backgrounds.
Alex produced more documents from his research.
There's also the matter of his current activities. I've documented suspicious behavior, inappropriate relationships with other employees, and evidence of continued interest in weapons construction.
Look, Alex.
But his tone suggested the damage was already done. Marcus realized that fighting this would only make things worse. His carefully constructed real-world foundation was crumbling, and there was nothing he could do to stop it.
I understand your position, Mr. Presley. I apologize for not disclosing the university situation during my interview, but I was trialed on that and found innocent.
Marcus, one more problem, one more mistake, and I'm terminating your employment effective immediately.
As Marcus prepared to leave, Irene appeared in the doorway. She'd clearly been listening to the conversation, and her expression showed a mixture of shock and confusion.
Marcus, is this true? Were you really researching explosives?
Marcus looked at her and felt the weight of all his secrets and lies.
Irene, it's complicated. Things aren't always what they seem.
I don't understand. You're so capable of so many things, yet you tie yourself to this wretched place. Why would you risk everything for a job like this?
Marcus wanted to explain about his dual-world responsibilities, about the cosmic stakes that made his real-world employment crucial for accessing weapons knowledge and training. But the truth would sound like delusions.
Maybe one day I can tell you, but until then, seeing you will jeopardize everything I'm trying to accomplish.
Irene's expression hardened with hurt and rejection.
So you're choosing this job over any chance we might have had?
I need this job at least until I can't afford to lose access to the training and resources here.
Training and resources for what? Building more weapons?
Marcus couldn't answer without revealing secrets that would destroy any credibility he had left. His silence spoke louder than any explanation he could offer.
Fine, if that's how you want it, Marcus. But don't expect me to understand or wait around while you play whatever game this is.
She walked away, leaving Marcus alone with Mr. Presley and Alex. The personal cost of his dual-world existence had just become devastatingly clear, but perhaps this was inevitable. Perhaps maintaining normal life had always been impossible when cosmic responsibilities demanded everything he had to give. Everything depended on succeeding in Valdris because he had nothing left in the real world worth preserving. The isolation felt crushing, but it also brought a strange clarity. No more compromises between worlds, no more balancing act between normal relationships and cosmic responsibilities. He was all in now whether he was ready or not. Marcus spent the rest of the day walking aimlessly through Chicago, processing the end of his attempt to maintain connections to ordinary life. Tomorrow, he would return to Valdris with renewed focus and desperate urgency. The price of saving worlds was becoming clearer every day, and Marcus was finally paying it in full.